Hello, this is Dr. Maggie Vivoda, and today we're going to be discussing the topic of retailing. Retailing includes all the activities directly related to the sale of goods and services to the ultimate consumer for personal, non-business use that has enhanced the quality of our daily lives. When we stop for groceries, hairstyling, clothes, books, and many other products and services, we're involved in retailing. The millions of goods and services provided by retailers mirror the needs and styles of U.S. society. Retailing affects all of us directly or indirectly. The retailing industry is one of the largest employers, with over 1.6 million U.S. retailers employing over 24 million people. Retailers account for 11.6% of all U.S. employment, and almost 13% of all U.S. businesses are considered retail under the NAICS. At the store level, retailing is still largely a mom-and-pop business. Almost 9 out of 10 retail companies employ fewer than 20 employees, and according to the National Retail Federation, over 90% of all retailers operate just one store. The U.S. economy depends heavily on retailing. Retailers bring up over $4 trillion in sales annually, which is about 40% of the gross domestic product. Although most retailers are quite small, a few giant organizations dominate. One of which we're all familiar is Walmart, whose annual U.S. sales alone are greater than the next 5 U.S. retail giants' sales combined. So, who are these 10 largest U.S. retailers? Many of which you'll be familiar with. Number 1, Walmart. 2, Home Depot. 3, CVS Caremark. 4, Kroger. 5, Costco. 6, Target. 7, Walgreens. 8, Sears Holdings. 9, Lowe's. And 10, SuperValu. The classification of retail operations include ownership, level of service, product assortment, and price. Classification of ownership. Independent retailers. Retailers can be broadly classified by form of ownership: independent, part of a chain, or a franchise outlet. Retailers owned by a single person or partnership and not operated as part of a larger retail institution are considered independent retailers. Chain stores, on the other hand, are owned and operated as a group by a single organization. Under this form of ownership, many administrative tasks are handled by the home office of the entire chain. The home office also buys most of the merchandise sold in the store. Examples of chain stores include Gap and Starbucks. Last but not least, franchises. Franchises are owned and operated by individuals but are licensed by a larger supporting organization. Examples are Subway or Quiznos. The franchising approach combines the advantages of independent ownership with those of the chain store organization. Level of service. The level of service that retailers provide can be classified along a continuum from full service to self-service. Some retailers, such as exclusive clothing stores, offer high levels of service. They provide alterations, credit, delivery, consulting, liberal return policies, layaway, gift wrapping, and personal shopping. Discount stores usually offer fewer services. Retailers such as factory outlets and warehouse clubs offer virtually no services. There are different types of stores and their characteristics. Let's just take one quick look. If you look in the middle, drugstore, service level is low to moderate, assortment is medium, price is moderate, and gross margin is low. The different types of stores include, these are the types of retailers: department store, specialty store, supermarket, convenience store, drugstore, full-line discounter, specialty discounter, warehouse club such as Costco, BJ's, Sam's Club, off-price retailer, and restaurants. Price. What is a gross margin? Gross margin is the amount of money the retailer makes as a percentage of sales after the cost of goods sold is subtracted. The level of gross margin and price level generally match. For example, a traditional jewelry store has high prices and high gross margins. A factory outlet has low prices and low gross margins. Markdowns on merchandise during sales periods and price wars among competitors in which stores lower prices on certain items in an effort to win customers cause gross margins to decline. When Walmart entered the grocery business in a small Arkansas community, a fierce price war ensued. By the time the price war was in full swing, the price of a quart of milk had plummeted by more than 50%, and a loaf of bread sold for only 9%, prices at which no retailer could make a profit. Once again, these are the types of retail operation, major types of retail operation: department stores, specialty stores, supermarkets, drugstores, convenience stores, discount stores, and restaurants. Department stores, an example of a department store would be, for example, Sears, Dillard's, JCPenney, Nordstrom's. Specialty stores would be like Williams-Sonoma or Foot Locker. Supermarkets, now you actually could consider Walmart to be a supermarket as well, but like a Piggly Wiggly would be considered a supermarket. Drugstores, we're all familiar with CVS, Walgreens, etc. Convenience stores would be like a 7-Eleven. Discount stores are stores that basically compete on lower prices, high turnover, and high volume. For example, a full-line discount store would be Walmart. There are also super centers for Walmart as well as for Target. Specialty discount stores would be like a Bed Bath & Beyond or an IKEA. You've also got warehouse membership type stores, which are Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club, and BJ's. And off-price retailers would include TJ Maxx, Ross Stores, Marshalls, Home Goods, and Tuesday Morning. And then, of course, restaurants, which we're all familiar with. There's a wide variety of those as well. The categories of discount stores include full-line discounters, specialty discount stores, warehouse clubs, and off-price discount retailers. Discount stores participate in mass merchandising. Mass merchandising is a retailing strategy using moderate to low prices on large quantities of merchandise and lower service to stimulate high turnover of products. Discount stores. Supercenter is a retail store combining groceries and general merchandise goods with a wide variety of services, such as you'll see that at a Walmart or at a Target. Extreme value retailing is when smaller stores emphasize daily necessities at rock bottom prices. That would be similar to Big Lots. Specialty discount stores. Category killers. What are these? They're specialty discount stores that heavily dominate their narrow merchandise markets. That is what is known as a category killer. Basic form of franchising would be product and trade name franchising or business format franchising. Franchising, product and trade name franchising, is when the dealer agrees to sell in products provided by a manufacturer or wholesaler. Business format franchising is an ongoing business relationship between a franchisor and a franchisee. Here's a list of the largest U.S. franchisors. You can see at the top the number 1 is 7-Eleven, number 2 Subway, 3 Dunkin' Donuts, 4 Pizza Hut, 5 McDonald's. Number 6 we have Sonic Drive-In Restaurants, 7 KFC Corporations, 8 Intercontinental Hotel Group, 9 Domino's, and 10 Remax. And you can continue to read the remainder. Also, you can see there's quite a variation in initial investment. If you are interested in purchasing a Dunkin' Donuts franchise, you could see that amount varies. But a Subway now is $76,000 to $227,000. However, if you go further down the line, if you wanted to own a Jani-King, which is a commercial cleaning franchise, it would be $11,300 all the way up to $34,100. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this discussion on retailing as well as on franchises, and I do hope you have a great day. Thank you.